play a Mario game, you'll most likely get the same result. A fun, solid, and memorable platforming experience. Whether 3D or 2D, open or linear, all Mario games are memorable in their own way. However, there are two Mario games that aren't talked about as much as the others. Some might even say they're obscure. These two games are Super Mario Land and its sequel, Super Mario Land 2. And that's pretty sad. These two are probably considered some of the most unique and weird Mario games, so much in fact that they aren't considered to be part of the main series. They also introduced two new characters to the series, Wario and Daisy. These characters would appear as playable characters in many spin-offs to come. However, I don't want to cover both games in one review, so today I'll just look at Super Mario Land, the first of the two. So, the story of the game is a little different from the main Mario games. It goes like this. The game takes place in a world called Sarasa Land. It is divided into 4 kingdoms, Birabudo, Buda, Easton, and Chai. The dictator, ruler of Sarasa Land is Princess Daisy. One day, a dark cloud appeared in the sky. An alien named Tatanga appeared and hypnotized the people of Sarasa Land to do his bidding. Doing this, he effectively took over Sarasa Land and plans to force Daisy to marry him. Our hero Mario, who else, heard of these events and naturally decided to set off to the Chai Kingdom, where Daisy is held captive. So, traditional Mario story with different characters. How original. By the way, that's all I meant by calling this story a little different. As you might know, Daisy made her debut here. Unfortunately, Tatanga, who is the one I would like to see more of, only appeared in Super Mario Land 2 as a boss after this, and never appeared again. Well, he did start the trend of alien villains in the series, so that's cool I guess? But still, I can't tell you how much I'd love to see this guy again. When you first turn on the game, you'll find out that it looks a lot like the original Super Mario Bros., albeit scaled down and in monochrome. That being said, the sprites aren't as detailed and vibrant as in Super Mario Bros. 2 or 3. However, something that I can say about these sprites is that they do their job. They aren't as pleasing to the eye as the previously mentioned games, but they're not bad either. Honestly, I can see why they chose the art style of the first game. They can be easily ported to a smaller screen without them looking odd. Although, there are a few problems about these graphics. There are some odd color choices, like usually brightly colored enemies looking dark. This makes some of the sprites look weird. For example, Rockaton, a Lakitu-like creature driving a fighter plane. On his artwork, it has a yellow head popping out of a blue plane. However, in its in-game sprite, it has an entirely dark head on a regularly shaded plane. This made me think its head was actually eyes of the plane. However, I do think this was half the coloring, half the small sprite size. Thankfully, this doesn't affect the gameplay at all, but it's just a little nitpick I have. A cool thing I'd like to point out is that every level has its own look, and I mean every single level. Like Birabudo, the desert level for example. The first level is just a regular desert, which then the second level is a sky level with trees, and then the third level is a ruins level. That combined with the themed worlds makes every level distinguished, although not necessarily memorable. Oh yeah, and then there's the music. For the game's very few music tracks, 9 to be exact, all of them sound pretty good. My favorites are Muta Kingdom, the dungeon theme, and the ending, especially. There are a lot more music tracks in Super Mario Bros. And its sequel, but still, there aren't really a lot of tracks. Despite that, I still consider it one of the best Super Mario soundtracks. Now the gameplay is pretty simple to describe. It's run, jump, and stomp enemies to get to the goal. Get power-ups out the way, such as Super Mushrooms, Flowers, and Superstars. The Super Mushroom makes you big and be able to take another hit and break blocks. The Superstar makes you invincible for a short time. And the Flower makes you Super Ball Mario. Okay, Super Ball Mario is a bit more than just a Fire Mario clone. The Super Balls that you throw bounce off of walls like a breakout ball. They can also collect coins, so you can get coins from tight spaces that you usually can't reach. But still, Super Balls. Just no. This time, power-ups are a bit less common, or at least I didn't find a lot of them. However, there are bonus areas hidden in pipes where you can get a truckload of coins. As well as that, there are also bonus chances at the end of each level. If you can get there, you get either 1 to 3 lives or a flower. Each of the 4 worlds is 3 levels long, ending with a boss. These bosses usually have 2 ways to defeat them: shoot them to death, or get to the switch to blow them up. I'm not kidding, they literally blow up. And of course, I can't forget the shoot 'em up levels. At the end of Worlds 2 and 4, there's a shooter level where Mario pilots the Marine Pop or the Sky Pop and shoots everything in his path. Not much I can say about them. They're just solid and fun shoot 'em ups, although with less content as other shoot 'em ups like Gradius. The game is also really short, 12 levels long to be exact. This does fit well, I guess, considering the lack of a save feature and being a portable game. Overall, this game can be knocked out in an hour. I still think it would be pretty cool if the game was just a bit longer, but whatever. And now, I think I should address the flaws with the game, especially its physics. It's pretty much Mario 1 physics, but with no momentum at all. Running just doesn't feel as useful as other Mario games, since you might fall off cliffs if the sudden burst of speed catches you off guard. Mario mostly stops on a dime as well, so that can also catch you off guard. The jumping, like Super Mario Bros., is also wonky. It wasn't as much of a problem in Mario 1, as the level design, for the most part, seemed to complement that. However, in Super Mario Land, a common trend in the level design is platforming over bottomless pits. So if you get caught off guard by the wonky physics, you instantly die. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Mario drops like a rock in this game. The jumping also has the same lack of momentum as regular movement, so that makes the platforming even more awkward. However, the physics problems don't seem too big once you get used to them, like the Ring of Power in Knuckles Chaotix, except for that I'm not really sure if wonky physics was something that they wanted to go for, but blah, blah, blah. There is one more problem that I have about the level design. It repeats itself a lot. I think this is because of limited space, but honestly, it makes the levels boring sometimes, as you know one area is going to come back again. However, how major these flaws are depend on who the player is. And now, it's time to finish this game. Mario makes it to the Chai Kingdom. After 3 bullet-happy levels, seriously, Chai Kingdom is brutal, he finally gets to Tenga's base of sorts. He meets Brock, you know what, let's just call him Cloud Boss, who throws chickens at him. Well, chickens can be scary, just ask Link. After 20 hits, Cloud Boss blows up, and Tenga emerges from the ground. He shoots cannonballs that split into 3 at the plumber, instead of, lasers. A good strategy is to hold down B and avoid the cannonballs. Oh yeah, and there's no switch to defeat either of the bosses, making them longer than the others. After 40 hits, Tenga's ship explodes as well as the boss room. Tenga doesn't necessarily die, as he reappears in Super Mario Land 2, but he does lose his ship. Mario goes to the next room, where Daisy, who is not a monster in disguise, is held captive. Daisy kisses Mario, proving Mario's cheating on Peach, and the two escape. Oh yeah, and there's also an expert mode once you beat the game. All it has is different enemy placement to make it harder. Once you beat that mode, you unlock the level select. You select levels. What else do you want me to say? And so that's Super Mario Land. Albeit flawed in the gameplay department, the game is still fun and enjoyable. Super Mario Land 2 is still a better game, but Super Mario Land was a great start to a great family of portable consoles and games, the Game Boy. If you like the classic Mario games, especially if you love Mario 1 or love Game Boy games, then I'd recommend this game. If you are a more modern Mario player, well, I'd recommend playing Mario 1 before you play this, to see if you mind the off physics. I'd say Super Mario Land is a fun game, but not perfect. And so, that concludes my Super Mario Land review. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next, where I'll look at another Game Boy classic, which introduced a little white puffball. Oh my god, they had one Hey there, SupaLuke here. If you've seen my other 2 videos on my channel, you might notice that I did something different in this video. Instead of just playing games, I'm going to review them instead. I'm going to review a lot of Game Boy family games, and I hope that you like those videos. If you like this video, then yeah, I'm not saying that. It's too cliche.